Cancer is a fight between the host, that's you, and the disease, that's it. And if the host wants to live, it can fight the disease. But if the host wants to submit, the disease will always win. That is my firm conviction. And if I had one thing to say to everybody with cancer, it is to seek out the very best help. Demand that the help cooperate with you. Focus on something that gives you reason to live, whether it's love or whether it's work. And you know, Freud used to say that all of life's satisfactions come from one of two things, work and love. And it is both that cured me, together with the remarkable treatment I had. I was determined to work, not only in the law, but also in my avocations. I was in love. I wanted to live. And these things, I think, in combination, are the reasons that I'm here today to tell you the story. And it is a story which I think has meaning for you. And it's up to you, and you can win.
Love is a powerful thing. Psychology is a powerful thing. Take advantage of all the support, of all the friends, of your physician, of everybody. Accept all the help you can get and beat this lousy disease.
I had to make believe that I loved myself. My whole first year, at least, and a lot of the years since then, has been making believe, because in some ways I just didn't like myself very well. There was an awful lot about me, and it wasn't even very conscious. It was just this kind of a gnawing sense that if all of me got to show up, that people would probably just disappear, that everybody would just go away from me. So I had that gnawing sense in there. So I worked on the surface on, I care about me, I love me. I did endless things 24 hours a day, which proved that I must care about me, but I still had a lot of lingering doubts. That's something where the extensive psychotherapy I've done has healed that. I now hold me in my heart. I love me. It took a lot of work, but boy, it's really worth it. It's our defenses that we don't love, and we confuse that with ourselves. And all I worked on for the last several years was to get rid of those defenses, to find out that I could be just as strong without. I have a story about a lobster, which my teacher Larry LeShan tells. A lobster grows and its shell doesn't grow. And so I don't know how many points in the lobster's life, it gets to the point where it can't live in that shell anymore. So it has a choice of either staying in the shell and suffocating, or leaving the shell and emerging totally vulnerable and defenseless. Imagine what a lobster looks like without its shell, into its environment until it grows a new one. That is the challenge of cancer. It's to get rid of that shell, to dare to drop all our defenses, and emerge, see if we can still survive in the world. I had one of my survivors mentioned, her words were that she stripped herself of her act and emerged totally naked into the world. That's what we did, and it works. I've never felt so strong as when I've become so vulnerable. I just feel like a teeny shoot coming out of the ground sometimes, but I've never felt so strong. I don't have to constantly be warding off things, keeping things away from myself, always being on the defensive. I can let go of it. I can open. And I feel that's very much the cancer story also. It's a disease of contraction, and the healing comes from the opening. Just letting go, allowing life to come in instead of having to protect yourself against it.